Imagine holding like a multi-billion-dollar AI telescope.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Right. Now, instead of pointing it out at the stars to capture the, infinite brightness of a galaxy,
Right.
imagine pointing it directly inward at the darkest, emptiest parts of human grief.
Welcome to Hellcat's King of the Hill podcast.
Let's go. So excited for this one.
I am too, because today we're doing a special countdown. We are reviewing the top 3 winning tracks from the latest AI music community competition.
Such a good lineup this time around.
It really is. And we've got this master source document that reveals exactly how these creators coaxed like absolute devastation out of an algorithm.
Yeah, and looking at the producer analysis in this master document, there's a really profound overarching theme across these 3 specific tracks.
Oh, totally. What do they call it again?
They defined it as navigating the void, from internal ruin to alternate realities and domestic grief.
Man, that is heavy. It is. But it's so accurate. I have so much respect for this AI generation process because we are literally witnessing artists using the engine to document completely different dimensions of loss.
Yeah, mapping out what absence actually feels like, both philosophically and, sonically.
Exactly.
And capturing the feeling of nothingness in a song is just notoriously difficult, right? Because music is, by definition, the act of filling silence with something.
Right, you're making noise to describe silence. It's a paradox.
Totally. So here's the roadmap for today. We're going to review the winners in reverse order. We'll start with the 3rd place track, shift to 2nd, and then we're going to dedicate the bulk of our time today to the absolute emotional devastation of the 1st place King of the Hill track.
Sounds like a plan. I'm ready.
Awesome. So let's look at how the 3rd place winner tackled this void. Coming in with a massive score of 87 out of 100 is the track Lost by DarthLobster.
Such a haunting track.
It really is. And the style prompts they used to explore this internal void are incredibly specific. They used grunge ballad, alternative rock, and acoustic grunge.
Right, which is a really interesting choice for this theme.
Well, I have to admit, I'm stuck on something here. If the goal is to convey the terrifying void of non-existence and internal ruin, why use an acoustic grunge prompt? I mean, my instinct would be to prompt a massive, deafening, like, doom metal wall of sound,
Yeah, go big and loud.
Exactly. Acoustic just feels way too small for the concept of a void. Why does this work better?
Okay, so think of it this way. Using an acoustic grunge constraint on a powerful AI is kind of like forcing a supercomputer to run on a 56K dial-up modem.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you are intentionally bottlenecking its processing power so that it just cannot hide behind a massive sweeping wall of digital instruments.
Right, like stripping the glossy paint off a car to just reveal the rusted, raw metal underneath.
Exactly. A doom metal wall of sound creates an external threat. It feels like a monster attacking the listener from the outside.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But an acoustic constraint forces the AI engine to allocate all of its rendering power to the micro imperfections of a single guitar and a strained vocal.
So it brings the listener uncomfortably close.
Right. It creates an inescapable, claustrophobic internal void.
Man, it really traps you in a tiny room with the emotion when the engine renders those acoustic flaws like the scraping of the finger on the guitar string.
Yeah, those little squeaks.
Exactly. It makes the isolation feel so physical, and the lyrics of Lost mirror that claustrophobia perfectly.
They really do. It's a slow, agonizing descent.
Yeah, losing your own identity to the shadows. There's this bridge section where the track isolates that feeling of being totally trapped.
That's also the lyric.
Yeah, that's the one. They wrote, now I'm locked behind the wall. It seems not so bad to be alone, and when the moon rises in the sky, it reveals the demon living inside.
It's just chilling. It's that false comfort of isolation before the horror actually sets in.
Right, like you think you're safe because you're alone.
Exactly. But when it's just a raw, unpolished guitar and a cracking voice, the listener isn't running from a monster outside. They were realizing the monster is internal.
Oh, that is so dark.
It is. It's the sound of a human shrinking into nothingness, which totally peaks in the outro. The final realization is just terrifying.
Read that last line from the doc.
They wrote, "Seems like there's something missed. And the reason is I don't exist."
Jeez. I mean, if you're an artist experimenting with these AI tools at home, the lesson from DarthLobster is definitely how to weaponize constraints.
100%. Don't just prompt for loud cinematic sadness.
Right, bottleneck the engine to force emotional intimacy.
Yeah. But, shrinking into a solitary internal void of non-existence is only one way to map absence.
Very true. Because the track that beat it completely flips the physics of the void. It explodes outward.
Oh yeah, we are moving from a deep, solitary, earthly sorrow to just a sprawling, chaotic multiverse.
It is such a wild shift. So our second place track is Split Decision by Trippy, which earned an incredible 91.7 out of 100.
A huge score.
Massive. And the style prompts here are a complete departure. They used psychedelic boom bap, spoken word rap, and trip hop.
Which is quite the combo.
Totally. And I am just obsessed with the dense, multisyllabic lyricism here. The sheer vocabulary Trippy is deploying is staggering.
Well, it's brilliant. Highly technical wordplay.
Yeah, they use this vivid, almost biological imagery, but it's colliding with cosmic concepts like, listen to this line,
Yeah.
fungal caps and astral maps navigating the fractal spitting pterodactyl fire, my reality's tactical.
It's so good.
It is, but the words are moving so fast, which makes me wonder about the technical mechanics of the AI here. Like, how is the engine not just tripping over itself?
Right, that's the genius of it. So AI music engines predict audio in chunks, right, which we call tokens.
It's okay, tokens, got it.
When you force an engine to generate rapid-fire, multisyllabic words at high BPMs, like that ultra-fast machine gun rhythmic delivery known in the industry as chopper style.
Yeah, like old school chopper rap.
Exactly. When you do that, the tokens overlap. Usually the engine just panics.
It panics, like it just crashes.
Well, it slurs the phones together, especially when it's transitioning between hard plosive consonants and soft vowels at really high speeds. It just sounds like mush.
Oh, I've definitely heard AI tracks do that before. It sounds like the singer is underwater.
Right. So to get the AI to articulate fungal caps and astral maps cleanly, Trippy had to find the exact mathematical pocket in the pacing.
Wow.
Yeah, they use the AI as this highly tuned conduit to weave complex philosophical concepts of quantum physics right into the pocket of a boom-bap beat.
That is insane. It's this intricate, rapid-fire exploration of infinite paths not taken. The void here isn't emptiness at all.
No, not at all.
It's the overwhelming volume of alternate realities. There's a line that distills the entire concept. They say, every syllable a branch, every breath is a schism.
Every choice creates a new reality.
Right.
Leaving the unchosen paths to just exist in the void.
Yes. But here is where the lyrics get incredibly meta, and I really need you to break down what this does to the AI's processing.
Okay, lay it on me.
Trippy writes, if I had taken a right, I'd be singing a ballad, instead I'm dropping cosmic sauce on a psychedelic salad.
Such a great line.
But they're literally rapping about the alternate choices of what song to make from within the song itself. They are acknowledging the AI prompt process in the lyrics.
Yeah, and that meta-awareness actually creates a recursive loop for the AI's sentiment analysis.
Wait, really? How so?
Well, the engine is trained to match the acoustic environment to the meaning of the words. So by explicitly rapping about the choice between prompting a ballad versus a psychedelic track,
Oh, I see where this is going.
the engine is forced to process the contrasts of those genres while still maintaining the boom-bap rhythm.
That is mind-blowing.
It is. Trippy fills the void with this sprawling web of profound indecision. They even render alternate versions of themselves in the lyrics.
Oh, right, the CEO part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if I never picked the mic up and started to rap that there's a universe where Trek is just a bum on the map. Or maybe I'm a corporate CEO with a custom-made suit on, stomping on a boardroom table, chewing a crouton.
Chewing a crouton. I mean, it's surreal, it's funny, but underneath all that humor, they're playing the role of a metaphysical surgeon, just slicing through the space-time continuum.
Exactly. They navigate the void by filling it.
Yeah. Trippy handles the terror of infinite possibilities by simply writing the chaos. They conquer time and space by recognizing that the cosmic void is just a ledger of unmade decisions.
It really is a breathtaking use of the AI to manifest a hyperverbal multiverse.
Truly.
And it requires an immense amount of technical precision to command the AI to execute that vision without the beat muddying the rapid-fire vocals.
For sure.
But the cosmic void of alternate timelines, as fascinating as it is, remains largely theoretical to the human experience.
Yeah, it's more of a thought experiment.
Right. Which brings us to the most devastating tonal shift of this entire competition.
Man, you are not kidding. After surfing that dizzying cosmic void of a trillion alternate realities, we are crashing hard back down to Earth.
Brace yourselves for this one.
Yeah. We are leaving the multiverse and heading into the quietest, but honestly most suffocating void of all. An empty home.
It's so heavy.
It's time to introduce the King of the Hill. Earning a massive, nearly perfect score of 96.5 out of 100, our first place track is Once Upon a Time by Duni and Chloenalani.
Honestly, this track is a stunning achievement in this medium, and it centers on a radical departure from everything we've just discussed regarding prompting strategy.
Okay, yes, let's talk about this because when we look at the master source document for Duni and Chloenalani's track, under style prompts, it says, none explicitly provided by the artist.
Zero.
Zero traditional style prompts. That blew my mind.
I know, it's unheard of.
It's like an actor stepping out onto a totally empty, unlit stage without a script, refusing to ask the lighting tech for a spotlight, refusing a backdrop, and relying solely on the raw emotion in their voice to just summon the acoustic space around them.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
But practically speaking, how does an AI know what to play if there is no prompt telling it what genre to generate?
Okay, so this is where it gets really technical, but also kind of beautiful. When an AI lacks acoustic instructions, it defaults to a deep sentiment analysis of the lyrics themselves.
Okay.
The AI has a latent space, which is basically a massive, multidimensional mathematical map of all possible sounds and human emotions.
A mathematical map of emotion. That's wild.
Right, and without a prompt to give it a specific coordinate on that map, it relies entirely on the gravity of the text to pull it toward a sonic aesthetic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it maps the syllables, the cadence, and the emotional weight of the words to their nearest acoustic equivalents.
So by refusing to input prompts, Duni and Chloenalani basically allowed the sheer human truth of the songwriting to dictate the algorithmic generation.
Exactly. It's radical vulnerability and structural restraint. They prove that raw, unfiltered human storytelling easily overpowers complex algorithmic manipulation.
And the gravity of these lyrics is incredibly heavy. I mean, they don't use grand metaphors about demons or multiverses like the other tracks.
No, it's very grounded.
Yeah, the lyrics paint a devastating picture of domestic grief, using just really mundane details. Let me read this stanza and think about the acoustic space the AI had to pull from that latent map just based on these words.
Okay, let's hear it.
Coffee gone cold on the windowsill, bills on the table, world standing still. You were fire, I held the flame. You used to say my name like it meant something.
I mean, you feel that instantly.
Yeah.
The AI engine detects the inherent stillness in phrases like coffee gone cold and world standing still.
Right.
It inherently understands that those concepts do not map to heavy percussion or, soaring synthesizers.
It would sound ridiculous.
Exactly. And the phrasing later in the verse grounds it even further. They wrote, your picture's still stuck in a goodwill frame, beside a little blue candle with a burnt-out flame.
A goodwill frame. That is such a specific, deeply familiar detail.
It hurts because it's so real.
It really does. So let's do a real thematic deep dive here. Why do you think this quiet domestic grief scored the absolute highest?
It's a great question.
I mean, it got a 96.5. It beat out the highly technical, token-pushing quantum rap of Trippy track, and it beat the visceral grunge despair of DarthLobster.
Why does cold coffee on a windowsill conquer the mountain?
Because standing in the ruins of a broken home is a universally understood void. Think about it. The internal void of non-existence that DarthLobster explored, it's a solitary, deeply personal terror, right?
It's just you and the demon inside.
Exactly. And the cosmic void of alternate timelines from Trippy Trek is expansive and thrilling, but it's theoretical.
Sure, most people aren't stressing about their alternate CEO universe.
Exactly. But watching a loved one enter the void while you stand in your kitchen holding cold coffee, that is a shared, devastating human truth.
Everyone knows that feeling.
Almost everyone has felt the agonizing absence left behind in a physical space when someone is suddenly gone. The physical space itself becomes the void. Wow. Yeah, it is the physical artifacts of the person that carry all the weight. The track highlights this with the lines, I keep my shoes by the door like I'm ready to leave, but I sleep in the same old shirt you gave me.
It's just crushing.
It is. And the thesis of this entire competition is found right here in this next line. This is the ultimate thematic anchor of the episode.
Lay it on us.
They wrote, now I'm standing in the doorway of a life destroyed, watching you disappear, watching you enter the void.
And they repeat that haunting thought in the outro, too. Still watching your taillights disappear from view. Still watching you enter the void.
It's so visceral.
The nuance of the grief explored here is what makes it the king of the hill. It's not just the acute pain of crying, it's the exhaustion of the aftermath.
Yeah, that lingering quiet.
The bridge of this song completely rejects the cinematic expectation of grief. Listen to this. Maybe healing ain't thunder. Maybe it's dishes in the sink. Maybe God don't come running. Maybe he just lets me think.
Maybe healing ain't thunder. Maybe it's dishes in the sink. I mean, the void isn't filled by a lightning bolt of sudden realization or closure.
No, it never is.
The void is navigated through the tedious, agonizing continuation of mundane chores. Doing the dishes while the person you love is permanently gone.
It's so mundane, but so profound.
And the fact that the AI engine, without any explicit style prompts from Duni or Chloenalani, understood how to cradle those specific lyrics in the perfect acoustic space is just staggering to me.
Oh, and the master document notes an incredible detail regarding how the AI interpreted that silence, too.
Wait, really? What was it?
Right at the intro of the track, there is a distinct guitar body tap.
Like someone just tapping the wood of the guitar.
Yes. An entirely unprompted physical artifact of human touch generated by the engine, just to set the stage for these devastating words.
No way. That's incredible.
The AI didn't just generate a song, right? It built an empty room and invited the listener to sit in the silence with the artist. If you are creating with these tools, the ultimate lesson here is restraint. Sometimes giving the engine fewer instructions yields a far more human result.
I am just in absolute awe of the narrative strength of all of these creators.
You're pushing boundaries we didn't even know existed.
Truly. Let's summarize this journey real quick for everyone listening. We just observed how this AI engine was expertly commanded to explore 3 entirely different frontiers of human absence.
Yeah.
We started with DarthLobster bottlenecking the engine to dive into the internal ruin of non-existence.
Then Trippy Trek mathematically mapped out the sprawling possibilities and anxieties of alternate realities.
Right. And finally, Duni and Chloenalani just stripped away the prompts entirely to ground us in a heartbreakingly real space of domestic grief.
It is a profound spectrum of emotion.
It really is.
And honestly, it leaves me with a lingering question for you to ponder as we wrap up today.
Oh, all right, let's hear it.
If an AI can be guided by these artists to so perfectly render the terrifying realization of non-existence, the dizzying scope of quantum timelines, and the quiet ache of an empty room,
Yeah.
what does that say about how well these machines are beginning to understand the spaces between human emotions, like the void itself?
Man. Are they just reflecting our prompts back at us, or are they beginning to resonate with the echoes of our absence?
Exactly.
Staring into the void, right alongside that telescope. Well, thank you for listening to Hellcat's King of the Hill podcast. Make sure to check the description to hear the full tracks, and join the server if you want to play in King of the Hill.